Welcome to the laughter. Come and take a seat. It's the Pissy Sue Show, where the funny sisters meet, sharing all our struggles, faith leading the way, crazy stories coming, gonna brighten your day. Oh.
Hi, I'm Loretta.
And I'm Joanna.
And together we are
The Pissy Sue Show.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Holidays are over.
Woo, thank heaven.
I
well,
know.
when I left to celebrate Jesus' birthday, however, it's nice when it's over and work just gets going.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. So let's dig right in because...
Okay, because where you were left last time.
Yeah, where we left last time was...
Pre-Christmas.
Right.
All the anxiety.
Yeah. You had all that anxiety and you hyped yourself all the way up and how'd it go? So what did happen was I did pick Dad up from the airport by her request because she was working. So
it just made sense. Mm-hmm.
It just made sense. He came to my house and Loretta picked him up when she got home from work.
I picked both of them up, Mom and Dad. So
yeah,
the car ride wasn't really the place. One night we did stay up till like 11 o'clock at night.
Just you and Dad?
Yeah.
Oh.
We didn't get too deep into anything. I kind of, in a roundabout way, I think I told him I forgive him, and
in a roundabout way.
And that, I don't really remember the conversation.
Okay.
It wasn't that deep or anything, and he wasn't really listening anyway.
He was probably on his phone.
So it was. So it was closure for sure. I don't feel all that
good
angst and all that.
Thank God
that I felt.
Boy.
Yeah. So I think I'm good with it. I think there's nothing left to say.
Well, like he told my grandson.
Yeah.
I came here for Christmas and then I'm going to go home and die.
Yeah. And then I took Kyler to my in-laws Christmas, and they said, "Oh, how's your dad? Did he go home yet or whatever?" And Kyler goes, "He's just going to go home and die now." And they all looked at him and were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you say that." And I'm like, "No, that's what he said. He told them that."
Right. Yeah.
It's done.
That was very stressful for me.
Yeah. And then it was fun. We had my nephew and his girlfriend that we haven't seen in a long time, my brother's son, and then his son too. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 generations.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 generations. So all in all, it was very good. It's pouring down rain here today. The weather's like insane. It kept me up all night long, kept waking me up.
It woke me up and I'm like, dang, it is raining outside.
Yeah, it was wild. It's Sunday today that we're taping. So how was church?
It was good.
Where'd you go?
I went to that church that I had gone to. I feel like God keeps calling me to go back there. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to move forward. Some of my clients, go to that church, and I got in a long conversation with one of the gals yesterday. She goes, just come, just come. I don't know if it's me or God saying to go.
Right.
And I said, well, I do know, because something's been missing. And I serve there. Mm-hmm. There's so much that I do. And since I haven't been, I don't do nearly as much as I used to do. Mm. And so, it's like that, kind of like that incompleteness. Mm-hmm. In me. It's given me more time to help with Mom and take care of Mom. But, there's something missing.
So you're back?
I'm taking it day by day.
Oh.
I'm trying to be obedient. That's all that's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
So did you go to church today?
Well, I started to, but I did listen to my church, and it was awesome. It was Matthew 11:28, which is lay down your burdens Rest in me.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
paraphrasing, of course, because I don't know verbatim. Well, I do, but when I go to say it, of course, I don't.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, all you that are weary and heavy burdened. That was it was a deep dive on that.
What's your heavy burden that you're
it's pretty much just resting. I don't have a lot of burdens, but of course I don't have an income, that is kind of a burden not to have an income. It's just resting in him, is a great message. So yeah, I'm resting in him.
Yeah.
But I was kind of reflecting when I started kind of reflecting on how my life is and everything. So do you know that I moved to Sacramento with nowhere to live, with $200 in my pocket? I purchased a pager with part of that $200. It was after my divorce. I moved back from Idaho to Redding.
In Sacramento?
I lived in my car until I could find a live-in job. I became an IHSS worker, a live-in. And, but I lived in my car for like 3.5 weeks. And I didn't really know the area, which is weird because I lived in Sacramento when I was 18 too. So
it's not that weird. You get lost driving down the street.
I would park my car. There was like a fleet of white cars on Florin Road. My friend John lived down the street, which is why I parked my car down there at night and sleep there. And I'd turn the heater on, turn the heater off, turn the heater on. And then there would be a leaf blower guy come and blow the parking lot off. And that is what would wake me up. And so then I'd go to an AM, PM, and I would do a bird bath, do my hair, do my makeup.
And you were 27 years old.
No, I was 27. And I did that for 3 weeks. Me and my friend John, we would go to like JJ North's Grand Buffet. And we would eat and talk and eat and talk. He finally said, "What is all that crap in the back of your car? Are you homeless?" This is after, and I'm all, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're not staying in your car. You're gonna stay at my house." Well, he had these two like crazy roommates, and they were old ladies. And one we called the creeper. She'd have like a Snicker bar and come down the hall. I don't really remember, but that's how we would envision it in our head.
Uh-huh.
So I really wasn't supposed to be there, He wasn't supposed to like have guests or something.
Oh, because he was renting a room.
Yeah. So it was really weird. So I was homeless then. And then I got a job with IHSS. And then after about a year, then I met this guy, this other guy, and and then we became homeless again. And that's when
he got you an apartment, or he did something.
Yeah, it was a lot of scamming going on. Yeah. I remember
I remember being in Seattle, and you would tell me all this stuff.
I was in Rancho Cordova at the AM/PM, and that was the only gas station that you could pre-pump. Oh, really? Yes, Sunrise.
Oh, okay.
So I'd pump my gas, and then and back then, a tank of gas, I had a little Nissan Sentra. A tank of gas was like $13. So I would wait till there'd be a large number of people in there. I'd get in line. I had like old bank card. I'd give them the bank card and it'd decline. And I'd make sure there'd be somebody behind me. And I'd turn around and I'd go, "What am I going to do? Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do." And I would just look at the person behind me and go like, "I don't know what to do. What do I do?" And they'd always pay for my gas. So that was really cool. Then I remember it was somewhere in Arden area, a restaurant. And when you first walk in, there was a payphone still there when you go through the double doors. And then I went left into the bar, and cell phones were a thing, but I didn't have one, Most people had pagers. The elite really had cell phones. Like the waitress would come and go like, "Are you ready to order?" And I go, "Oh, well, I'm waiting for my husband. He's driving in from San Francisco, but you know what? Yeah, let me get an appetizer and a drink. I'll have a cocktail before he gets here. And so and so they would, and then after I'm done eating and having a drink, I would be like, "Do you have a payphone? I don't know what is keeping him. I'm getting worried." And they're like, "Oh yeah, out in the foyer or whatever." So
I'll be right back.
yeah, so I would just leave.
Oh my gosh, how could you do that?
I know,
I don't even.
Well, I learned it one time. He and I went out, and
He taught you that?
yeah. Well, he went out. We went out for dinner one night, and then he said he forgot his wallet. This is when I believed,
Right.
that he forgot his wallet. And this is, we weren't homeless yet. I still had a good job and everything.
Okay.
I walked out of my job just to like hang out, I left a good job. But anyway, he told the maitre d' or whatever that it was his first date with me. He forgot his wallet, and please don't embarrass him. He promises he will come right back and pay. And we don't look like vagrants,
Right.
So yeah, that none of that was true. So yeah, that was so crazy.
Oh my gosh.
But I can't say he taught me that.
Found the coolest guys, didn't
I
he?
can't say he taught me that, because when I was in New Orleans, when I was younger and I was homeless, my boyfriend and I, we lived in this abandoned house in New Orleans that had illegal dice games on Thursday nights there. It had no running water, and we had to get out on Thursdays. But the rest of the time we would stay there. But that's when I learned how to go sell my plasma. And then that's when I went and got a job at Rallies. They have Rallies here now, but they didn't for years.
Yeah, it was a Southern thing.
Yeah. I got a job at Rallies, and he came in and bought like a 69-cent cheeseburger or whatever. And I gave him all the money in the cash register back for change, and then I left on my break.
Oh my gosh.
And so then they nicknamed me the Hamburglar. So I guess he didn't teach me that. It was like, I hadn't done anything like that though in a million years. By 27, I was like, pretty legit. I didn't steal, or I wasn't on drugs or anything. So I didn't do that.
I've never done anything like that. I bought drugs for my ex-husband before. That's like, I don't know. I haven't done anything like.
We had kids.
Yeah. Yeah. And so for you to say you were 27, I was 26. I had 2 children. I was doing life like my kids were in school. My daughter was in school.
Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking too about some of these things. There's one thing that I have done that bothers me. And when I moved to Mississippi, I started dating this guy, and he was my boss. And I had no idea. Well, at the time he wasn't married, but he was practically married. He lived with his girlfriend, and they had a kid, and she was pregnant with this other kid. I didn't know any of this.
Right.
When I got together with him. I even went to his house, and he had taken all the family pictures off the wall. And I didn't think where are your pictures? Because a single dude, I don't even think that he was 27 and I was 18 or 19. But when I found out, I didn't stop. And I just think, I can't believe that I could do that to another woman. I can't. That part bothers me so much that I would do that. And she called me at work or something and said something to me. And I became indignant with her. How dare her?
Yeah.
Like he was mine or something. And it was weird. Most of the things I've done to myself.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
I haven't really hurt anybody. We have all betrayed people. My parents, of course.
Intentionally. And I don't think that we do it intentionally.
Mm.
You do?
Well, I wouldn't have, had I known in the very beginning, I would not have even pursued this man. But after a month, I found out and continued to pursue the man, which means I intentionally.
So there's spirits out there that know these things about you. And I tell you, I had that. I didn't intentionally go out to find a married man, but I did because there was something inside of me, and that is it's unexplainable to me, because I look at myself now and back when I was younger, and I just didn't care. I was drinking and having a good time. It's hard to look at my old self, and thank God I don't have to, because
you're a new creation now. I've forgiven myself. It's something so out of character for me because I've never, ever, ever done it again. Yeah. Ever. But once you've been betrayed by somebody, then that's when you feel like, I did this to somebody. Right. I inflicted this kind of pain on another woman. God
puts us through things to make us think and go, how dare you do that to me? Well, wait a minute. How dare I do that to someone else?
Exactly.
So we've got to give each other grace. We've got to understand that your struggles are not my struggles.
Oh, right. Exactly.
And I think that is one of the hardest things for us to do. Even as being saved, serving God, we look at each other and we go, you still are doing that. Well, who am I to say that to you?
Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. If God, it's when God convicts you of whatever it is.
Yeah, and you're still going to have sin in your life for the rest of your life. Absolutely. And that's the thing, is one thing at a time. He doesn't overwhelm us. So it's one thing at a time, because if he showed you every dirty, nasty thing about yourself, it's like, it's too much, God. I can't, how am I going to fix all this? I can't. So he heals you.
Done that to me, and it was overwhelming. It was beyond overwhelming. It's almost like, okay, scratch this and let's start all over. Let's just start all over.
For 2 years, I prayed. I wanted to see myself through his eyes, how he sees me. I prayed that for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
He never did, probably because it would be a little too overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
Because
one of my biggest prayers is to see other people how he sees.
Oh, I think you have control issues.
No, hey, I have worked on that beyond measure.
Oh, it's a part of your personality that you have to undo. You're very detailed. You notice everything.
But I'm a fixer.
And you're a fixer. But to your own detriment, because I don't notice anything. Right. When we're at lunch, and you're like, did you see what a snatch that waitress is being? I'm like, huh? No, I didn't notice any of that. I just don't pay attention to those things. Anyway, I'm thinking this. I had to go back to that girl and who that girl was when, I stole mom and dad's credit cards, when I'm, dining and dashing, and
you had to go back to your 18-year-old
and who that girl was and what that girl wanted.
Oh.
This is the best thing of all of it.
Okay.
What that girl wanted was a good husband, to be a wife and a mom, and have a home where I had roots, that I could feel safe in my own home. And
I think that's something that we all want, but we don't know how to get there.
Some people just get it. These high school sweet, our friends that I love so much, Michelle, high school sweet, and don't think their marriage hasn't been, all peaches and roses, but the commitment was there. Right. The love was there. I'm willing to believe they'll never get a divorce. They're in love, and that's all they know. They were each other's first. As girls, I think we all romanticize that this is what we want, our forever partner. And
Hollywood shows us that this is all you got to do. Love is like this. And so the world tells us one thing, and I tried it all. It's not true. It doesn't happen.
I know. I say I have a great husband. I have an amazing husband, but again, it's not peaches, and I'm not a peach and he's not a peach. I know. So one day, me and Phoebe, we were in the drive-thru at Starbucks, and we had the 2 dogs with us. So I know we never had pets either. My sister and I, we grew up with no pets. We wanted them when we were real little. We loved them, but my dad wouldn't allow it. They're dirty, filthy creatures, and we took that on. So I was the friend that was like, yeah, I'll come to your house, but can you lock your dog out because I can't stand dog hair and I can't stand the filth. Now I love dogs, but they sleep in my bed. So here's Phoebe and I, and this was probably 15 years ago. We're in the drive-thru, got Cupcake and Charlie in there, and here we are, we're buying $7 coffees. I have 2 dogs in a Mercedes with my daughter. And for some reason, my 18-year-old self flashed through my eyes. If my 18-year-old self saw this girl, I don't drink coffee, would never pay $7 for a coffee.
Right.
I don't do dogs. And I was a homeless person, and now I'm in a Mercedes, right? And I was told I couldn't have kids. Right. And here I've got 2 daughters. So kind of the same thing happened as I've been reflecting the new year, all that crap. It's like, I have every single thing that 18-year-old girl wanted.
Wow. And
searched for all her life. I have it. So I didn't give birth. I have 2 beautiful daughters, and I did not, like I said, I never ruined my bikini body. But they're mine, And I have a husband who loves the crap out of me. Why, I don't know. Because sometimes I'm not very nice. But, yeah, God is good. I mean, marriage is very, very hard. And being married, you take it for granted. You're like, because I always think if Jeff were to die before me, I have enough friends that
it's different. It is different.
I know, because I can have sex anytime I want. I can get cuddles anytime I want. I can get a kiss anytime I want. So you take that for granted. And you think, well, at my age, I don't even care about sex anymore. Like I'm old, but I still have sex and I still can whenever I want. So there's that. There's also a lot of other things that goes with being married, but there's a good side and a bad side, which is why the Apostle Paul said if he had it his way, he would tell you not to get married. Although it's lonely, your relationship with Christ isn't split.
Right. That is something I learned and something I had to learn. It's what I was always looking for years. And my relationship with God has been so much more intimate. And I don't think so much about the men, about any of that. Have I had men come and go in my life? Yes. I remember going through devastation with men. I mean, his dad that was devastating.
Yeah, you have lonely days, but that's what, with God, everything, there's a kind of a give and take. Like, why didn't I completely surrender a long time ago? And I would have these discussions with God, like, God, but what was holding me back was, I didn't think that in God's eyes, I was married to Jeff. So I had all this shame because I couldn't get I didn't get an annulment.
So are you only married to one man?
Yeah. Oh, that's a funny story too. So when Jeff and I were going to Catholic church, I wanted to receive communion so bad. So I needed to get an annulment from my other marriage. So in order to do that, I had to have my divorce papers, and I had to have my wedding certificate and my divorce certificate. So I drove up to Reading, because we got married in Reading, and got my marriage certificate. And then I got a divorce in Placer County in Roseville. We'd been separated for 5 years by the time we divorced. So
you and Dale.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we didn't own anything together.
No, I know. I remember finding those divorce papers when the garage door went up or something.
We were cleaning for Phoebe's.
You were cleaning for Phoebe's going away party.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And These papers came out of nowhere.
I know. But we didn't read them. So we're like, oh, there's the divorce papers, because I couldn't find them anywhere. And then Placer County had no record of it. So then I looked at Sac County. But I remember when they came, because as soon as they came, then Jeff was going to, propose to me. He said, I'm not proposing while you're still married. So yeah, we couldn't find them. And then we're cleaning the garage. We were going to hang that piñata in the garage, remember? And all of a sudden, they must have flown off I don't know what.
Rafters or something.
So you handed them to me. I didn't read them. I shoved them in a drawer. And then after the weekend of the party, I went and fetched them.
Mm-hmm. You went and fetched them?
They were divorce papers. The legal secretary that I hired to do my divorce filed a restraining order. That's what it was. I didn't ask for a restraining order. So now, come to find out, I was still legally married to both Dale.
So this goes back to, I'm not paying attention to what's going on. Because you don't pay any attention to what's going on.
I don't.
And and this is why I am as meticulous as I am, because I do pay attention. I want to know what's going on. If I'm not divorced, I better know I'm not divorced.
So Jeff, my current husband, he'd never been married before. And so he couldn't stand it. Even I'm such a procrastinator. Like, I didn't change my last name legally for like a year. And he'd get so mad every time the mail would come and it would have my other last name on it.
Matthew.
Okay, so we have a verse for you. It was the verse from church today that really touched me. So Joanne's going to read it. Matthew 11:28.
The gentle mastery of Christ. Come to me, all who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the other side.
See you next Sunday.
Like, share, comment. It helps the algorithm.
Welcome to the laughter. Come and take a seat. It's the Pissy Sue Show, where the funny sisters meet, sharing all our struggles, faith leading the way, crazy stories coming, gonna brighten your day. Hold on tight, it's gonna get wild. It's the Pissy Sue Show, laughter lights the way. Sisters with the purpose, come join in the play. We're here for the fun and the joy that we share. In this wacky adventure, there's love everywhere. We laugh through the chaos with every